This is a very special guitar. It is a Lado Earth model, which is a design that was made famous in the 1980s by Iron Maiden's Adrian Smith when he played one in the music videos for 2 Minutes to Midnight and Aces High, and throughout the Power Slave tour. Pretty much every single guitar player I've ever spoken to who is a fan of 80s era Iron Maiden has expressed their love for this very unique and distinct guitar and their desire to one day own one. It is, however, a rather difficult instrument to find, as they are exclusively custom built by hand by master luthier Joe Lado in his studio just north of Toronto. That means that they are rare and that they come with a pretty hefty price tag. This particular one right here belongs to my friend Mike, who so kindly and graciously allowed me to borrow it so that I could record a full cover and a detailed song breakdown of Iron Maiden's Aces High. Because so many viewers asked for a review of this guitar as a result of those two videos, I asked Mike if I could keep it for a few more days, and he said yes. So thanks again to Mike for being such a gentleman and allowing me to make this video as well, and I hope you guys will enjoy it. And if you're following that channel, you might have seen me play a black Lado 2 Super Strat, which is actually my first good guitar that I got way back when I was 16 years old. And it's still one of my favorite guitars to play to this day. And if you'd like to see a review video on that guitar as well, please let me know in the comments. So this guitar was built in 2017, and it took approximately 6 months to make. Now I do want to emphasize that this is fully handmade. And by handmade, I mean there are only 2 hands that made this guitar: Joe Lado's right hand and Joe Lado's left hand. That makes this a truly unique and precious instrument that was created out of pure love and passion. As Mike told me, all Joe wants to do is build guitars, even when he's groaning about having to build guitars. Now, before I get into the specs, I want to talk about the way this guitar looks and feels, because those are the things specs alone really can't convey. Now, visually, this thing is absolutely stunning. And the cool thing is that the purple and black color, which I absolutely love, were picked by Mike's wife, as were the vintage star inlays. The white pinstriping gives it a tightly finished feel, like it holds everything together. I love the way it outlines the shape of the guitar and completes the overall look. The feel is what you can expect from a high quality instrument. Everything feels smooth and solid, and the fit and finish is pretty much impeccable. The neck is a good sized C shape that feels super comfortable, and the fretboard is a beautiful piece of ebony that feels firm yet soft. It plays wonderfully and never feels stiff or tight. I got to play a freshly built one with a similar neck and fretboard when someone I know came to Toronto to pick it up, and it felt kind of like it was already broken in and ready to shred. And that's so great when you can pick up a custom built instrument that truly feels like it's ready to be the vehicle for your musical expression. Okay, so now let's discuss the specs. This is a neck through body construction, and the wood used for both top and back is curly maple. And as mentioned earlier, we have an ebony fretboard with vintage star inlays, plus Michael's initial at the 12th fret, and 24 stainless steel jumbo frets that feel substantial and super smooth all the way up with no dead spots of any kind. Mike is all about tight and sometimes slinky but still tight rhythm playing, so this guitar does not have any kind of floating bridge with a locking trem. Instead, it has a German roller bridge that feels solid and is easy to intonate and to keep in tune. It also feels great when palm muting for any kind of heavier and faster picking. The pickup configuration is a Lado shadow stacked humbucker in the neck position, which is essentially like a hot rail, and a Seymour Duncan in the bridge position. I'm not sure which model this is, but it is a fairly high output humbucker, so it sounds big and full. Let me play through the different positions with both a clean and distorted sound so that you can get an idea of the different tones that are available. For controls, we have a master volume and a master tone, and you can split the coils on the bridge pickup by pulling on the volume knob. The music Mike composes goes through some pretty wild changes with lots of nuances in some parts, so this is a great feature for someone like him. And lastly, this guitar weighs about 8 pounds, and it does not feel particularly light or heavy. It feels right. And it's probably the most perfectly balanced guitar I have ever picked up. Even the placement of the strap buttons is based on where the guitar stays perfectly leveled when held up with 2 fingers from here. Now, I thought that was a really cool little detail. So all in all, this Lado Earth is an absolute dream to play, and I really enjoyed having it here for a few weeks. And I'm glad I now have a video of myself performing Adrian Smith's parts to aces high with a similar guitar made by the same 2 hands that made the ones he's used on the videos that made me fall in love with Iron Maiden back when I was just 14 years old. Mr. Joe Lado is still making guitars, on special orders of course, with a limited output. So if you want to inquire about getting one, you can reach out at the email address that I'll have linked in this video's description. Thank you all so much for watching. Cheers.